San Francisco Bay Area is the most fragmented transit in the world, and we are spending the next 24 hours trying to go on as many forms of transit as possible. If you look at the plan by San Francisco Planning and Urban Research Association, you can see just how impractical some of these rail stops could be. And today we have two missions. One is to finish the double cross trail. Didn't that sound dramatic? It actually goes all the way through San Francisco, and I want to try the first ever bread bowl clam chowder that has ever existed. Supposedly it's well known here, and I want to send a picture to my mom so she can see how cool her daughter is. And mission 2, reveal some fun mystery items along the way. Let me break down my strategy. Oh my gosh, you're so amazing. This is our current strategy. Wait, give me a second. Wow, how did that end up so perfect? Hopefully that transition worked out. Anyways, let's zoom in. So I live near San Francisco. However, I currently live south of it. So I am going to take this cool brand new electric train all the way to Brisbane Station. And I'm going to take an electric bus, a mini bus, all the way to Balboa Park. No, not that Balboa Park. This Balboa Park. And then I'm going to take the BART light rail all the way to the next station and then walk over to the start of the trail. Now it's around 7 a.m. and we have to get going to our first form of transit or else we are going to miss it. Let's go. I can't leave y'all here. We are currently in our first form of transit and that is the car. Car unlock. And the car is obviously one of the easiest forms of transit. I currently live in the Bay Area near San Francisco. So we are going to be doing the challenge near there. It's one of the major transit hotspots in the United States. So there's going to be a lot of options in different types of transits. So many different types of ways that we're traveling today. How'd y'all get here before me? So that just completed our first and arguably easiest form of transit, and that is the car. And I am so happy that we knocked that one out very early in the morning. Now we are quickly heading to what we call is the Caltrain. It's an electric rail system within the Bay Area, and we have to not miss it. Otherwise, we had to wait around 45 minutes. The reason I decided to do this challenge is because they recently updated the Clipper system. So Clipper system is basically all of Bay Area transit and they all connect together with credit card or tap to pay. So 3 months ago, I believe, they did not actually have this tap to pay system. And without that, this challenge would be a logistical nightmare. However, now it's going to be hopefully super easy. Let's pick up our tickets. Enjoyed this 10-second time-lapse of the sun because I was talking to someone I met on the train station and felt too awkward to break the combo to take videos. Amazing. All stops to San Francisco. So this is our second leg of the transit challenge and we are on the Caltrain. So Caltrain is a previously diesel, but it just recently got renewed to an electric train. And has express trains that go up to like around 100 miles per hour. And these regular commuter trains go around 70 miles per hour. And that's amazing. What we are going to do right when we get to Lake Merced, which is going to be our actual section of the double cross trail. I'm going to go get something to eat and also get something to drink because I am thirsty and I am hungry. And that is super, super important for somebody's well-being, aka me. I need that in my life. This transit is going to be around 1 hour. Bye-bye. Bye, Caltrain. Oh my gosh, it's super windy over here. But that's San Francisco. You don't know how windy it's going to be. But essentially we are going to our third form of transit today. And our third form of transit is going to be, oh my gosh, a Muni bus. So Muni is metro within San Francisco. And that's us. So we're currently waiting here for the bus 8 And bus 8 will be taking us all the way to a light rail station, and the light rail station will bring us to Lake Merced, which is going to be the start of our double cross trail. Supposedly it's supposed to come in the next 2 to 3 minutes, but we will see when it comes. So in spectacular fashion, it was bound to happen, but I missed the train. I was waiting at this stop, so it's 8 Express over here, but the stop for regular 8 is over here. So let's head over there. I did not know that was a thing. I guess that's because I haven't taken public transit in a long time. I lived in LA. To be fair. This is our bus. Next. Bye-bye. So we have around like 5 minutes until our bus leaves, so I'm going to explain our predicament right now. So we were supposed to take the Caltrain, then Caltrain into the Muni bus, and then the Muni bus into the light rail. However, currently there's going to be a St. Patrick's Day parade. I think it started already. And because of that, they rerouted some of the buses. And since they rerouted some of the buses, that bus that takes me to the light rail was not functioning today. Or they were running on a very weird schedule. So I ended up taking this bus to here so we can still do the trail, because otherwise I don't know if I would be able to make it. But that also means that we will not be able to probably get in the BART light trail. That also means that we also are missing out on a form of transit, sadly. However, that means that we can get to the other forms of transit once we get there, and we won't miss out on many other opportunities. 29. The pretty housing. But this is our bus. So we are going to be taking this electric bus all the way to Lake Merced. So it's going to take an hour-ish. So I am going to probably take a nap in the meantime, or at least relax a little bit and stop recording. But basically this is, I believe, still the third transit option that we have, because this is still a bus even though it's an electric bus, which is a bit cool. Love some environmentalism in my life. But yeah, it's the same form of transit, so it still does not count towards our transit challenge. So we have to get more forms of transit when we are doing the double cross trail.
Doors are opening.
So that there is Lake Merced, but we are going to go more towards the central of it because that's where the trail basically starts. And we are going to see the trailhead. Watershed. Whoa. So that is Lake Merced in the background. So I think that's a good opportunity to bring up one of our mystery items, because we are going to need the mystery items. That is going to be a helmet. I literally just bought this helmet yesterday. Roll the clip. Horse spaceman. Like helmets. Do 10 jumping jacks. How about somebody do that? But essentially we are going to need this helmet because we are going to do different types of transportation. With different types of transportation, we have to include both a bike and a scooter, and one of the e-bikes and one of the e-scooters. With the e-bikes and e-scooters, they go pretty fast and they're pretty dangerous, so we have to make sure that we have some form of protection when we are doing it, and hopefully we won't fall. Please, I don't want to fall today. But anyways, so we have our helmets and we are going to go to the trailhead, and after that we are going to do a Lime scooter all the way to go get some brekkie. For anybody who is not native to Bay Area transportation, so the bus that I just took is called Muni, and then there's also another type of bus that is part of the BART system. They have many types of transit. So right there I took the bus, an electric bus. They have different types of historic railways. They also have light rails. And the thing about it is all unified in one system called the Clipper system. So the Clipper system is something that has just recently got implemented, where you can use tap to pay on most services. But the thing about it is, the Muni, there's a one-day pass. And that one-day pass could include historical railways. And that one-day pass does not include the BART system. So you're going to have to pay separately for BART even if you do have the Muni Pass. You have to pay a little bit extra on those services because of that. But thankfully, due to the Clipper system, if you are traveling on different forms of public transportation, you actually get discounts for taking public transportation. So I think it is a discounted fare of up to $285. This is my suggestion. You can have it for $1. Okay, you hagglers, you can have it for 50 cents. Okay, you can have it for free. Please just take my idea. Ratio. So it doesn't look like there's any good public signs here of the trailhead. So right here is where I'm going to designate it. You can see Lake Merced in the background. You can see a bunch of canoers in the background, dragon boaters, sorry. And I think this is a good place to start because over there is a golf course and I don't want to get my head knocked in, today at least. So right now starts our trek on the Double Cross Trail. I know I looked amazing hitting that. Anyways, the first place we got is this Latin place, and we are going to go over there right now. So you may be wondering, it's like purposely watching me mock you by doing pull-ups here. That was not the purpose. That was not the reason. However, right there you can see a Lime scooter. And it's our journey of success if we are going to go to the cafe in time. And it is one of our forms of transportation. So we bought a 30 minutes of Lime. We are going to use that as public transportation. Whoa, look how sick it is. Whoa. Okay. Let me put on my helmet first. Flick the motor down here and then you go like 20 miles per hour. Super fun, but just make sure that you're being careful. And on the screen shows how much you're paying. And look, I just found 2 jars of peanut butter. I was confused where to leave it off, so I just parked it next to this bike, left it with the stand going. That's because we are here at Chaos. Different types of empanadas and churros, breakfast sandwiches. So this place I'm at, I got an orange juice for the morning. Oh my god. Because I don't drink coffee. I got some fried empanadas. It's a bit different. It's what they recommended. They said it's kind of like a churro. These were around $5.50. So I got a spicy chicken. This is what the person recommended. If you like spicy, he said that it's really good. And I also got a championes mushroom. So this type of mushroom is a little bit of like a savory type of mushroom. So let's try it. Let's hear the crunch. You can literally see the steam, freshly made. Yeah, the spicy is amazing. So this is the second one. This is the championes mushroom one. But basically you can see all the ooey gooey cheese with the mushroom inside. The cheese they use is really good for the mushrooms because it's very like savory. I don't know what exact cheese this is because I'm not that great at cheeses, but I think it's kind of like a Swiss. Really good. That place is really good. I really like the fried empanadas. Very good twist. They also had a little bit of water that I could take alongside with me, which is amazing. And I didn't get that much because obviously we have to try different stuff as we go along. But also is because we are going to a Lime bike. So the scooter we just rode on was a Lime scooter. The Lime scooters and Lime bikes are within the same ecosystem, but you use it on the same with a Lime pass. So I bought a 30-minute Lime pass. It's $7.85 for 30 minutes of riding, and you get paid like 55 cents every minute that you go above it. So you're kind of incentivized to go within that time limit. So we're going to be riding that bike for 11 minutes. Only 11 minutes. And hopefully we will get to our next stop where we are going to ride, or rail bus I believe is what it's called. So the Lime bike is, we're going to have to walk to it. It's a bit out of the way. Okay, so let's try to find it. I think it should be nearby within one or two of these streets. I don't know exactly where it is. It should be here somewhere. I think it's over there. Wait. Yeah, I think that's the Lime bike. Let me just see. Yes, that is the Lime bike. Lime bike, it's like sitting here perfectly waiting for me. It actually looks really nice. It looks almost like brand newish, and you get to put your backpack in there. Very cozy. Wow. So we are on the Lime bike. The Lime bike, we only have like 10-15 minutes on, and it's also going to be on the actual street. So you cannot forget that you had to put on sunscreen. I did take off my jacket because it is getting warmer, but sunscreen is always the need. Okay, so it was not working, it was fully charged, and I had to call Lime support. And Lime support, even though it was fully charged, they were like, oh yeah, it's not working. Yeah, so that's the bike over there. So supposedly there's supposed to be 2 bikes down on that side. So I'm not saying anything, but if it's showing on the app that it's working, and I don't know, it's fully charged. I mean, I even called the customer service line. This is basically a one-to-one reenactment of how this went. Hey, this bike is full battery and it's not working. Sorry, there's nothing we can do to unlock it. Try another bike. Okay, there's another bike. Let me go try it. It's okay. We'll go to this one, and hopefully this bike works over here. Otherwise, we will have to walk to the next stop. There it is. So it's in front of somebody's house. So I just looked at it, and I went close to the screen and looked at the app. And it only has 2 miles. So, like, that won't get us to where we need to go. So look, this is kickstart with your foot. And I unlock it. It starts making that noise. I'm not a robber. I'm trying to use your app. Lime. Anyways, so the Lime bike was not working. So it looks like we are going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. The e-bikes were a major fail. Like, how would 2 e-bikes in a row just straight up not work? Hello. Like, I understand that it's low charge, and I don't need that much charge. 2 miles is perfectly enough. How can they both not work? You know, all is well. I'm still happy, but yeah, we're gonna hike there. It takes 41 minutes to get to where we need to get to. So we're gonna go there and then get to the next stop. While I was walking, I kind of did realize that we were a little bit off the trail, and we were supposed to be heading like this way. Instead, we are going to go forward a little bit. Oh my gosh, look at these flowers that we saw on the way. It's so beautiful. Hi. Hello, yes, I am over here in the shade. So it is currently around 11:30 p.m. and we are only around, I would say, a third of the way through of the Double Cross Trail. And we want to get to the ferry building at around 5 p.m. so we can take a ferry from the ferry building all the way to Pier 41. So it looks like we're going to have to pick up the pace, but at the same time, we do have to get our snacks. And we will be taking forms of public transportation, so it will be faster than what we are doing currently because the bike situation. I guess we don't talk about that. Anyways, let's keep going because we don't want to lose to the Double Cross Trail. Oh my gosh. Wow. So beautiful. This is me as a tree. I did take a picture of it, so hopefully you can see. But essentially, there's a muni light rail that we can go to, except it's a 7-minute extra detour. However, we are definitely taking that. We're on this like little island. Yeah, I'm dividing these people while I'm waiting for the light rail. So the light rail, basically like these thin wires, and then they go for like around like 10-15 miles per hour. The great thing about it is you don't have to run into traffic because that is the light rail only. It does go a lot slower than a lot of other light rails go though, sadly. This is the light rail. And then we are now in like a station area. Previously we were outside. It's so cool. It feels like an actual subway. I never knew light rails were like this. Previously I was on the street, but now that we are in the light rail station, they have me climbing, not joking, 8 flights of stairs. And there's no escalator. Mean. That is what we just entered. And that is that building. I believe. Yes, it is. Since we are around halfway through our adventure and we are going to reach the peak soon, we are going to have to reveal our second and third mystery item. Revealing both at the same time? Am I feeling a bit frisky right now? Yes. Yes, indeed I am. And this is how we go, and that's how we operate. And that is the plan of today. So let us first reveal our second mystery item. Bang. Fun hat. What adventure is it without a fun type of hat? Come on. Everybody needs a fun hat. And boom, another mystery item that I never told you about. Fun socks. Smiley face. Who would have expected it? Not me. Not you. Who would have guessed? Anyways, give me one more second. We have our last mystery item. Okay guys, this is awkward. Well, bad news for everybody. I had a third mystery item planned out, and I totally forgot it. This is the worst day ever, but the greatest day ever at the same time. Where's the highest highs, the lowest lows? And we are currently at the lowest low. However, we're going to go to the highest high, Twin Peaks, right now to get over my current problem of forgetting my fun item. Anyways, let's go to Twin Peaks. Fun hats. I don't know if this is the official sticker, but it's kind of like it. That may be our first sign. Oh my gosh. Wait, that's so cool. It's an official thing on like a website doing the double cross trail. But I've never seen any signs yet that was signifying double cross trail, and this is our first sign of activity. That's amazing. We're starting to go up Twin Peak. Whoa, look at this. What the heck? It's all lined up. Looks so cool. Looks so majestic. Gosh, you can start seeing the trail go all the way up there. So that's where we're gonna go. Oh my gosh, look at this. That might have been the sickest thing. You can still see them. Wow. Oh my gosh, and if you're walking around, you can see a bunch of California golden poppies right now. Look how beautiful. It's the state flower of California. It's pink. And I believe up there is the halfway point at Twin Peak. We have made it to basically the top of Twin Peaks. That's way too many people up there, and I didn't want to take a video there while talking because that would be awkward. So here's the view of the city. Cool. Anyways, I need to get a drink. So I'm going to find the closest drink place because hopefully find some like milk tea or slushy place. I think that would be super yummy right now. So we are going to go and try to find that. So we still hiked it to the top. You can see Golden Gate Bridge. And I think that completes section 1. If I remember correctly, going up Twin Peaks is part of section 2. So we're almost finished. Wow, look how beautiful this is. And it looks like it's on a blocked off street, so there's no cars coming up here. However, on the bottom, I did schedule a Waymo, as is going to be our next form of transportation. Waymo, if you don't know, is an autonomous vehicle, so that means there's no driver in the front seat. It's crazy. And that means it drives for you. And yes, we are going to go there to Civic Center, and it's currently 1:34, and our Waymo is picking us up at 1:45. Oh my gosh, we have to leave. We need to start running. So it looks like it says no stopping anytime, but Waymo decided to pick this as its pickup location.
Okay, and it looks like in the Waymo app you can actually change the pickup location.
So I changed it to pick up here.
And it looks like that's okay, so I don't know. Okay, and that looks like it's our ride. I just got juked out. That was not my ride. Oh my gosh, it still says 3 more minutes. Thank you.
Hello, Aria.
Wow, just good afternoon, Aria. That's cool. Okay, driver, you can go. My seatbelt's on. I have to click start ride. Seatbelt check.
Hello from Waymo.
Cute.
As we get going, just give us 1 minute to cover a few riding tips.
Are you hearing this, driver?
But the need to buckle
Change like the temperature and everything.
See the seat back.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Wow.
We'll do
Just can't sit in the driver's seat.
So sing your heart out. We can't.
You sing your heart out, we can't hear you. Don't worry, I will be doing that. I would say this might be the most relaxing part of our whole journey because I feel like this is the one where we just got picked up where we wanted to go. Obviously a bit more expensive than more public transit, but super cool. Never been in one of these. You can also choose any type of music that you want. We're currently listening to stock music, and it shows exactly where the destination is going to be. So we actually changed drop-off location because I do want to get a drink before we go to our next piece of transit. So I decided to get dropped off a little bit before, still on the Double Cross Trail, but we're going to like do a little bit of discovery ourselves as well instead of just sitting in this car, as you can see. And that is also another tunnel cycle. Ooh, it stops on the yellow. Okay, so it's going to be 4 more minutes. And then we're going to have to walk and try to find a drink and probably a lunch spot as well. Then we are going to do our next piece of transit. So far this journey, we have gone through a few hiccups. I think doing all pieces of transit is such a cool experience because I've just moved here around 3 months ago and I get to experience the city. And transit will always help congestion. It helps a lot of people. I just think that it's such an amazing piece that should always be a thing.
Clear before exiting.
Nice. Okay. Thank you, Waymo. Hopefully there's a drink spot nearby. So we wanted to get some drinks. We're here. Boba guys. Oops, wrong way.
Yummy.
They let me bring my drink inside. I didn't know I was going to this place in the first place. This was just a place that I randomly passed by. It looked yummy. And I ordered a pork shoulder Greek wrap, which sounds amazing. Supposedly they have these types of desserts and stuff as well. I will have to look into that situation. Like a Greek baklava frozen yogurt, which sounds pretty interesting. And they also have like sea salt and olive oil frozen yogurt. Also very interesting. I will have to see how I feel on the dessert side because that might be too much, especially when taking it on more forms of public transportation. I wonder how that would go. And I don't think it would turn out that well. We have done so many forms of transit already, and I think we are actually past section 2. I think we are getting on to section 3, which is going to Civic Center, which is around a mile away. And I feel like we have made amazing progress in this challenge, and I feel like we're doing amazing. There were some hiccups that we have. The bike situation. Like, there was no way around it, but we got around some things. Like, we still got on the Mooney Light Rail. Public transportation is amazing. I need to take it more. And just seeing how functional it is in San Francisco, it's so great. Thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah. Anyways, we got a pork sandwich. Wow. So it looks like there's a bunch of tahini, cucumbers, tomatoes, onion, and let's taste it. It smells good. It tastes super refreshing with the cucumbers and tomatoes. So one thing that I can say about this is that the pork is actually really crispy. I think it's one of my favorite foods. Look at this. This is such a vibe, and there's so many people here. Picnicking. So cool. I love the design. So that over there is one of San Francisco's landmarks, the Painted Ladies. It's supposed to be popular, and it goes along track, so it does look very, very aesthetic. And kind of like how it looks. But yeah, you can see. Supposedly it's been in some TV shows, etc. But yeah, this is the Korea Center. That's cute. I mean, San Francisco has so many different cultures. So while we're at it, and before I forget, for Caltrain and the Muni buses, they actually have been super clean and honestly not much of a stench or smell. And honestly, I felt kind of safe throughout the whole journey. Surprisingly, because it was like one of the nicest stations. New light rail had like this very mildewy / musky type smell. So I don't actually know the definition of musky, but whenever I've heard people use the word musky, that was the type of smell they were talking about. So we are at Civic Center, and this is where the St. Paddy's Day Festival is. As you can see, like they're playing Irish music. A bunch of people dressed in green. I think I'm dressed in green. Dark green? Light green? This is where the historic cable car is supposed to be in. But otherwise, let's like enjoy the festival because at St. Paddy's Day. Yes. Can I get an Irish spice bag? Basically, going into Irish festival, I never heard of Irish spice bag before. So, being the person I am, I have to try it. But I literally just ate like 1 hour or 2 hours ago, so I'm pretty full. I don't know if I can finish it. This is the Irish spice bag. It smells like salt and pepper chicken from Chinese stores. So this is an Irish dish that got popular in 2010 by the Chinese immigrants that came moved here. Fried veggies as well. Let's try it with the gravy. It tastes like Japanese curry. So it's Japanese curry with like a Chinese salt and pepper chicken type spice. So very unique. I would say the chicken is not that seasoned well, but we're gonna take it to go and probably finish the rest later. But I think it's okay. Let's go. Okay, so I think we made it to the stop for the cable car right here. I think the cable car stop is this one.
Looks like it's perfect. I think it's F for historic cable car. But look how beautiful the sun is actually right now. Oh my gosh, I'm glistening.
I was waiting there for like around 5 minutes after the old cable car. And the old cable car was supposed to come like 5 minutes ago. And it ended up not coming. So I think that's that line is still shut down. And on Google Maps, it showed that this should have came. And maybe it's still not coming even though it's 3:50, which is a bit sad. Another mode of transportation that I sadly can't do anything about, not through my own problems, but more so through just transit being transit in Bay Area. You had to plan around it. So we are going to instead walk over now. This was the parade again, but we're gonna walk over and just continue the trail on foot. Actually, the one that we missed that just didn't come was the historic streetcar. But we can actually still make the cable car. So I am heading over to the cable car right now. From what I've heard is they're trying to clean up the Tenderloin. Just like a lot of cops. I don't know if this is normal. I've never been here before. So. Yeah, look how clean the streets are. The streets are so clean in this area. I think that over there is definitely the cable car. I don't know if you can see that, but let's head over.
Like, oh my gosh, look how long the line for this cable car is.
To be honest, I'm going to walk to the next station and hopefully it's less busy because this is the start of it. So I'm gonna walk to the next station and then wait there for the cable car because I do not want to wait for like an hour. It looks like the following. That's the cable car. With that much room and it's when everybody enters, I think I could probably get the second train. So I'm probably just gonna wait there. It's so cute. It's like whatever goes up must come down. But anyways, that was such a fun standing at the outside. So if you want to stand on the outside, if you go to the second or the later stops, they have a lot more seats and it's only for standing. If you don't want to stand on the outside and you want to sit down, you have to go to the first station. So that's something that you have to think about. I would highly recommend standing on the outside. I feel like I just linked my arm and then I felt stable almost all the way through. I would say on that last hill. That last hill going up, and also when the two cable cars are like right next to each other. I'll show you the video. Oh my god. That's when it gets actually like genuinely very scary. I thought it was gonna graze me, and that's crazy. But it was honestly such a cool experience. I really loved it, and it's honestly not that expensive, $9. We're in Chinatown. What we're going to do as a little side mission is I want to race the minibus. Hopefully there aren't that many people along the way. I won't be having a backpack, but I want to race the minibus through this tunnel and see.
Is what she said, but anxiety hit, so we're not doing that today.
You can see that pretty building over there. A mile walk to the end of the trail. And then we can call it a day. Hopefully we can make it to the ferry though. It's currently 5:26. There is a ferry that's at like 6 p.m. So hopefully we can get there really quick. It is around a mile and we have like 30 minutes. So hopefully we can stop by, get a pastry real quick and run over to the ferry. Pretty the sun is. Beautiful in Chinatown. See the lanterns and everything. Very pretty. Let's find a pastry somewhere. Then I look on the other side of the street. That's a line and that's where we're going for pastries. So they had no barbecue pork buns. They also had no egg tarts. And those are my two favorite things. Hopefully I'll find another pastry, otherwise we'll just get a drink and call it a day. Mango fresh milk. That sounds pretty good. Got a mango fresh milk. It's just straight milk with a mango syrup slush, puree, and mangoes on the bottom. Tastes really yummy. I kind of like fresh milk when you want more of a milk taste. And then the fruit taste after. So it's not really like blended in like a taro milk tea or a fruit milk tea. It's actually a banger. The only thing is you can't reduce sugar or put no sugar because they use the puree and everything, and that's what makes it have that flavor. Oh, look at that. St. Patrick's Day. So many people. A huge line is just for a pizza slice. What do they serve here? So cheese, pepperoni, pesto. So it must just be a banger slice. Like there's so many people waiting there for a pizza slice. That's crazy to me. I don't think any pizza could be that good personally, but look how cute that is. Walking up more hills. It is San Francisco after all. We're walking up to Coit Tower. Coit Tower. You can see it in between. Supposedly a really nice tower overlooking the city. For sure, a very nice view of the Oakland Bridge. And then you can also see Alcatraz in the distance. That's pretty cool. So it looks like we got here too late. Wow, we got to see so many beautiful sights throughout this whole journey. I would say no matter what, this was so worth it. It's such a cool hike. The city is so beautiful. Okay, calm down, birds. There's not enough news for everyone. Calm down. Be okay. You're telling me that it's famous enough to actually have like steps made out of tiles for it? Like, wait a minute, let me see that. Actually made out of concrete and tiles are put onto it. The amount of just like dedication and work for that. That's amazing. It's so beautiful, amazing end to our adventure. I can actually see the pier over there, and yeah, let's start heading towards it. The ending is just across the street. We went down all those stairs, saw those beautiful birds, crossing these illuminated trees, and then we start feeling the hit of breeze from the ocean. Wow. Okay, let's see if I can go on the ferry and what the status is on that. That's Pier 23, and look, that's the beautiful mural beside it. It means that we have officially completed the double cross trail. Yeah, can I just have a clam chowder bread bowl? Like what?
So we're ending off the day with clam chowder from Bodine, the original clam chowder bowl in San Francisco, and one of San Francisco's most known food. It's such a beautiful ending to a day. And this is also the franchise location. It's located in Fisherman's Wharf. Wow. Very creamy, buttery, very fatty as well. And they must have perfected their game for it to last this long. They've been in business for 1849. They've been in business for around 177 years. That's not correct math. Anyways, whatever. $15 for a huge Red Bull. It's always so amazing. So this is voiceover Aria.
It still has the best stop of the day.
And you may be wondering, what happened to the ferry? Well, turns out the trip I wanted was on the website, but it actually wasn't running. Classic. As I like to say, it is not an Aria adventure without the bumps. We started at 6 a.m. and it's now 9 p.m. Thanks to every single one of you for watching. In one day, we covered 45 miles across the Bay Area, 12 on walking, and rest by rail, road, and even robot. There are still so many transit modes I haven't tackled yet, like the historic streetcar, BART, or finally catching that ferry. I'll go to Oakland next time. Leave a comment if you want to see a part 2, or subscribe if you want to see more cool adventures like this. Thank you so much for watching.